Hello, everyone. This can be maybe a shorter video, but of a lot of importance. Recently, these past couple days, I've been struggling with a lot of fear, just in the future, like what God's got in store. Trusting Him, like with what He's promised. You know, Lord's made a promise to me, like in with the podcast and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get too deep with that because that's intimacy with God. That's something I keep with between me and Him. But sometimes when we're in the wilderness, it's hard to trust. It's easy to look around through our earthly eyes and only see what we see and not see Jesus in it, in our struggles and in the wilderness, and times when, God has told us something, or He's told us to go somewhere, He's told us to take a certain job, or He's led us to do something and He isn't there. That's what we think, you know. You see, when we view God through our human eyes, we can never see Him through His eyes. So I pray that all of us ask for His eyes so that we may see and understand His work, the way He intends it, His ways, because His ways are higher than ours, His thoughts are higher than ours. But in those moments, when we're in the wilderness, when we can't always see everything, when it's scary and it's hard sometimes, we can choose to trust. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera real quick. And this is one thing I wrote down. I'm not gonna write down. I'm not gonna say all this. This is what, like, when I read the Bible, I just see the Lord. The God you serve killed a giant with a stone from a shepherd boy's hand. The God you serve parted the Red Sea with a staff from another shepherd and delivered His entire nation of Israel from Egypt. The God you serve promised a crown to a shepherd boy and delivered the throne into his hands. The God you serve spoke through His prophets, predicting His plans for a Messiah to come and usher in the kingdom of God and deliver us from sin, and He did it. The God you serve fulfilled every promise He made and delivered His people from. And He delivered His people from sin. The same God has made promises to you, not in His word, in the Bible, but also when you ask Him, when you surrender your life to Him, He will lead you along the path, man. He will show you a new way, something you never thought of before. Heck, a year ago, you told me I would have started a podcast about Jesus. I've been like, there's no way. 2 years ago, I would have called you nuts. But like, it's just crazy what God can do, man, and what He's done through this. I'm nothing, man. I'm not. I am nothing. I'm worthy of nothing. I'm not worthy to have a mic in front of me to be speaking about Jesus. I shouldn't be, man. I don't know why He's chosen me for this. And guess what? I wish I could understand, but there's something that God has seen in me, man, that He has called me to this, man. I don't understand, but you know what? I know that He does, and He knows. So the point I'm trying to make here with overcoming fear and walking by faith is that God has been faithful throughout generations, throughout decades, throughout centuries, throughout millennia. Will He not be faithful to you? Will He not take care of His children? Yes, you may suffer. Yes, you may hurt. Yes, you may struggle even. But will God not take care of His children? God will provide your needs, man. He will take care of you. That is one thing I've learned throughout this entire Bible. When I read the stories and the promises and I see God's hand in it, I'm like, that is the God I serve. The God who has been faithful. It's easy to get so consumed by this world and fear, and to walk completely by faith is hard sometimes because we don't always see the end goal. We don't see the whole picture. We don't see the timeline, and it gets scary sometimes. It is easily scary, and we want it to be over. We idolize deliverance and blessings over the hand of the blesser, over the Lord, because the truth is we want security and comfort over the hand of God on our lives. So if there's anything I can just ask people to do right now, if you're watching this, go to your room, get on your knees, pray, Lord, Help me not to just say I surrender with my lips and I'll follow your plan with my lips, but live a life of surrender in accordance to your plan and your will. I give up my life. I give up my plans, my desires, Lord. And I ask that you take control of my heart. You remove what once was and replace it with what will be. That man, remove what was and replace it with what will be. Man, it's a tongue twister. And it's hard for me to pronounce it, man. But that's who our God is. There's no sanctification without transformation, man. That's what I'll say. I'm gonna end this on this note. Goodbye. Y'all have a great day.